Good morning, 6:32, very late, day number 11. I visited Nordkapp yesterday, very happy about this. Today weather is about to get worse and I need to start coming back home. So today it's like a turning point and I will go south. Day 11. I slept in the town of Giesvar, in the north of Magaroya Island. I don't know what could be better. This journey has exceeded all my expectations. I've achieved all my most important goals, and the G-Wagon made it here without any issues. However, sometimes aligning expectations with reality isn't as straightforward and can result in a massive collision. I've had such moments in the garage, which I've somewhat forgotten about, and I'm starting to miss welding and cutting steel, maybe just a little bit. Being in the Arctic Circle is no ordinary experience. There is something exciting and magnetic about it. I imagine this place could be quite inhospitable in winter, but here I am starting the day in short sleeves. I've seen so many beautiful places: roads, rivers, waterfalls, mountains, seas, forests, lakes, beaches, fjords, reindeers, sunsets, and I could go on listing for a while. To be honest, I don't really have a plan for today. I haven't set any specific goal, but today has a plan for me. The weather is expected to worsen significantly, so saying goodbye to North Cape and Magaroya Island isn't all that much difficult. Around 9 a.m. I set off from Giersvaer, leaving behind North Cape and Magaroya. Not far beyond the tunnel I find a rocky road that leads me to the very end of the fjord. The views from here will stay with me for a long time. Came today to this remote place. This is such a harsh and raw place. Only fish, birds, reindeers, no humans. No human would survive here. And you have really nothing to talk against nature here, not even a word. What an amazing and horrifying place in one. Tonight I am going to stay here, and this is probably going to be windy and cold night. But that's alright. I find a spot to camp with a view of Magaroya and Huningsvag. For a few more hours I can enjoy the sight of this magnificent and majestic island. Today marks a turning point in my journey. I must start slowly heading south. There is no other choice. However, looking at it another way, I'm only halfway through my trip, and if I'm not mistaken, the return might be just as long as the journey here. Good morning. Slept good. Today 5:28 early, and I slept with a view on Magaroya Island. It was pretty acceptable view. So I eat breakfast, drink coffee, and I continue my Arctic trip. The thought of this journey had been in my head for many years. It wasn't an obsession, but during the planning I focused almost entirely on reaching Nordkapp, paying little attention to the return journey, assuming it would somehow work out, except I knew I wanted to visit Lofoten Islands. I probably didn't expect to reach this goal so quickly, and I still can't come to terms with the fact that it's over, that I should be driving away already. Today I leave the fjord, return to the E69 road, and soon in Russanes by the sunken ship I will take a lunch break, then head through Lakselv to reach Karasjok, very close to Finnish border. Lakselv the fuel price was quite good, so I fill up the tank and continue 75 kilometers to Karasjok. The landscapes are starting to resemble those I love most in Lapland. I have just left Lakselv. I filled up diesel. Not so many interesting things. It got warm, which is nice. I'm driving south E6 road towards Karasjok, and I have around 70 kilometers left to cover for today. In Karasjok I visit the Sami Museum. The entrance fee is below 15 euros. The inside area isn't large, but the exhibition was quite interesting. For example, this boat is 1.5 meters longer than a G-Wagon. At first glance, if I were to build such a boat myself, I would make it a bit wider and probably use aluminum. And there is also an interesting infographic showing the division of Sami language, regardless country's borders. Outside there is a fascinating collection of wooden homes where the Sami used to live. This outdoor exhibition is free of charge. After visiting the museum near Karasiok and the Finnish border, I find a peaceful spot to camp and relax by the river. A plan for the return journey is slowly starting to take a shape. Good morning, 7 o'clock, very late, and I am in Karasiok. Today I'm setting off from a beach near Karasiok. First I will cover 100 kilometers along Road 92 and then another 100 kilometers on the E45, heading straight to Alta. I'm leaving Karasiok and this lovely river and beach. It was alright there. Some locals came for the night. I'm doing like 53 now, the speed limit is 60, so taking it very easy. Now I go towards Alta. It's pretty warm. I mean, the weather is like, you can definitely feel the heat from the sun because it's clear blue sky, but it's some sort of cool wind, like high in the mountains. This is how I would describe it. Made just a quick stop for a coffee and to enjoy this E45 road. I'm almost at the gate to Alta, and this road goes through some sort of a canyon with a river. Pretty much beautiful thing to see, and to be honest, I really enjoy staying in Arctic Norway. I rest my mind here in this region. Alta Museum, World Heritage Rock Art Center. You can go either right or left. Which direction would you choose first? I first choose the longer, approximately 3 km loop to the right. It's a refreshing walk along wooden walkways, but the carvings on these rocks aren't painted, so there isn't much to see. Unless you are a bit art enthusiast, this loop can be easily skipped. The shorter loop to the left is 1.2 kilometers, and the carvings are visible right away. The oldest ones are over 7,000 years old, making this short walk into the region's past quite remarkable. The museum itself is quite modern. There is a small cafeteria where you can grab a bite, as well as a souvenir shop. In the other part of the building there is an interactive exhibition of artifacts. After this great visit, I fill up the tank in Alta and head further north through Rafsbotn and Krokelv in search of a place to sleep. First spot ended up with a dead end, so I needed to go further. Tomorrow is a new day and new adventure.
Good morning, 5:48, and it is a very good time to start day number 14.
There is no time to waste. I'm leaving my overnight spot. Today I'm heading back north for a one-day trip. First I will take the E6 road to Skadi, then the 94 road over the bridge in Kvalsund to Kvaløya Island, to finally reach the town of Hammerfest.
So I am on this E6 road from Alta north, and this road is great, and I am here alone. It is 8 o'clock in the morning and campers are probably still waking up, maybe eating breakfast, preparing for the road. And driving this road in G-Wagon completely alone is just pure pleasure. Like the main traffic goes E6 north towards Nordkapp, and this road to Hammerfest is yet another beautiful road.
Hammerfest, I drive through the city center and head towards the obelisk. I would call this place a little North Cape. As you can see, there are no people here at all. You can sit peacefully and admire this magnificent obelisk in solitude. This was an unplanned return to the north, which brought back memories of North Cape from a few days ago. After visiting Hammerfest, I returned to Alta via the same route. In Alta I do some grocery shopping. I enjoy shopping in supermarkets. It's a short break from constantly moving around in the G-Wagon. I fill up the tank and head south on the E6 to the town of Baderen, looking for a place to stay overnight.
Alright, so it was very sad to leave Alta and very north Norway. Now I'm coming close to Baderen, and along this almost 80 kilometers it was like driving along fjord, water, forest, village, and then it repeats again and again and again, and this road just doesn't want to end. So you almost instantly forget about leaving Alta and most northern Norway. This is great about this road. Morning, 5:36, day number 15, and in about 1 hour after coffee and breakfast I should be rolling towards Lofoten. There are so strange sounds coming from every direction, and wish I knew the animals that are making them. Over there is like a frog, but it's not a frog for sure. I think it's maybe one of my favorite breakfasts, to be honest. And yesterday dolphins came. Sad to leave this beautiful spot, but the road probably is going to reward it. I just need to set up my navigation. It is 15 past 7, so it took me a little longer than 1 hour. It always does. There's always something. My navigation doesn't want to work. Oh, now it is. Great.
The first stage of today is 350 kilometers from Baderen heading south on the E6 to Bjerkvik.
Bjerkvik, so around 400 kilometers to go there with this beautiful road probably. Oh, a rabbit.
Today the ugly, cold and rainy weather from the Lofoten Islands will move over Alta during the day, and according to the forecast I will have 2 sunny days on the Lofoten Islands. During the first dry part of the day I managed to record some drone shots of this beautiful road immersed in the Norwegian fjords while driving south.
Problem with this road is that you want to stop every 10 kilometers and take pictures. Fact about this road. So in a straight line to Bjerkvik from where I am I have around 180 kilometers. Along the road I have 290 kilometers. So this road winds a lot among those fjords. Drive this road is a great thing, but actually to live on the side of this cliff in one of those villages, it would be a whole different story. What would I do? Would I be a fisherman or a trucker or a farmer? No idea.
Later in the day it started raining, so the drone was grounded and I had to continue the journey in the rain. In Bjerkvik I take a short break at a gas station and then travel another 200 kilometers into the Lofoten Islands to the town of Melbu on a special mission.
Alright, so in Lofoten I go to Melbu. Melbu is a town where Gunnar lives. And Gunnar is currently swapping OM606 engine into his 350 diesel G-Wagon. So this is going to be interesting to see someone else's swap. So I go with the inspection. Around 180 kilometers left to cover, and weather is still poor here in Lofoten. A little bit wet, cloudy, rainy.
Driving 200 kilometers through the crazy Norwegian fjords took me 4 hours, but I finally made it to Melbu to meet Gunnar from Arctic Norway. His 3.5-liter OM603 suffered a major damage. The engine still had power, but one day the piston connecting rod blew through the engine block, which is usually game over for the engine. Since then, Gunnar has been preparing to swap into an OM606, a modification I'm quite familiar with. Gunnar is a great guy, and so is his K9 dog. We share the same passion for G-Wagons. He also prepared dinner for me, so we had plenty of time to talk about OM606 swap. We also went for a short trip around Hatsoloya Island, where Gunnar gave me some advices for upcoming Lofoten trips.